All right, here we are, episode 4.
Yeah.
Numbers are hard here on the Adam and Joe discussion show.
They are.
Oh, rock to a good side. So, as we've mentioned, because we can't seem to shut the hell up about it, Adam and I are really big gearheads. I've worked in the automotive industry continuously for about 20 years now. It'll be 20 years next year.
My apologies.
And, yeah, well, you know. And Adam tried. So
That's fucking adorable. Yes.
But anyways. Actually, that's how Adam and I met. Was sadly not under a full moon by candlelit dinner. It was in the parts department at a dealership.
It would have been so romantic.
Anyways, so what we decided to do, because cars is a very large umbrella of a topic, especially for us too. Mm-hmm. There's a lot involved in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down into multiple episodes. This being the first of that episode series.
Number 1.
We're not sure we're going to do them all in a row because, again, our attention spans combined are laughable at best.
Yeah.
So today's topic is the automotive industry, and we're going to talk about, you know, kind of the ins and outs of working in the auto industry. We're going to talk about industry news such as the Acura Integra, the new Nissan Z.
I love it. Oh,
how Infinity's current lineup is
pointless.
How Acura's current lineup isn't that great either.
No, it's not.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about all sorts of stuff. And, well, because I used to have one, we're going to talk about BRZs too. Because I can't help it.
I hate it. Yeah.
I know. All right, so first and foremost, we're going to start off with the big news for the Honda boy in the room.
Hey, that's me. Hi.
The Acura Integra.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with that, is I saw that popping up all over the place, and I was like, yo, okay. Because you know those, like, what is it, like Motor One and shit like that? They'll post, like, remember for the longest time the rumors, oh, yeah, Plymouth is bringing back the Barracuda. And anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together was like, no, they're not, you idiot.
Yeah.
But, you know, people jump on those. It's all clickbait.
Yeah.
So I thought the Integra fell right under that. Yeah. And then an Acura was like, nah, fam, we doing it.
Well, for years, people were like, oh, Honda's bringing back the S2000. Here's what it could look like. Here's the thing. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure.
And that's the key, that's the key thing that a lot of people don't pick up on in sentence structure is the word could.
Yeah.
Like even right now. So all we have from Acura is a picture of the front bumper with a C hair of the headlight, and it just says Integra under the headlight, like it used to.
Yeah.
On the what? Is that the DC2?
DC2, sir, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, again, full admittance, he's the Honda guy. I am just a fan because I've been around it.
Yeah.
But there are no official renders. There are no concept cars out.
No.
But everyone and their mom who has access to a computer and some sort of art programs like, oh yeah, this is what it's going to look like. Mm-hmm. You know, to stir everybody into a frenzy. And some of that white one that looks like basically a modern proper.
That's what I was going to say. That one,
DC
if it
Type R,
anything like that, then that would be all right. I like that render a lot.
Yeah. That gold one we were looking at earlier, that literally looks like a Cyberpunk TLX.
It's literally a TLX coupe, which would be a legend coupe.
Also,
in the back in the day.
Real quick, if anybody from any automaker at all hears this, stop making that gold color. Stop it.
I like the gold. It's not bad.
What?
What's wrong with it?
Oh my fucking! It's gross. It's just not a good color.
No, it's all right. It's not bad. There are worse options.
Subaru's plasma yellow.
I love that color.
You do not.
Yes, I do.
Oh my.
Ooh, hey, speaking of that,
No.
I'm gonna go off topic a little bit. Not
bit.
really though. A guy down the street from me bought one of the new, what is it, Wilderness Outback,
Ugh, yeah.
and way too much plastic. Way too much.
So, full disclosure, I've worked 13 years for a certain all-wheel drive only brand that I will not name.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, that I will not name because I don't want to get in trouble if I say something stupid on here. You know, the whole, my opinions do not reflect those of my employer, yada, 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 whatever.
I'll
so
say whatever I want about them.
True. Yeah. So the funny thing is, the Wilderness Edition, that wasn't on my list, but the Wilderness Edition, it looks like they brought back the old Subaru Brat /GL wheels.
Yeah.
Put a fresh coat of paint on them with there. Here you go, dickheads.
Yeah.
I like the tires that are on it.
It looks aggressive.
Yeah. Also, another disclosure, I drive a 17 Subaru Outback as my daily because I needed something somewhat normal to actually get to work in, because when you own a 240 and a 40-something-year-old Beetle, that's just not on the menu.
No.
Reliability's not on the menu, boys.
No, not anytime soon.
But my biggest issue, so the bumpers, it's funny because all they did was just leave them black. Yeah. You know what I mean? There is no extra cladding on that car. Looking at you, GM.
Well, doesn't it go up to the headlights?
Yeah, but all they did was they left the bumper
black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It looks good in white, and that's about it.
That's what color it was. It was white. Yeah.
We actually just sold that one the other day.
Well, it's probably the one then.
Not that I work for that particular company.
No, we're not saying any of that.
My largest beef with that is, and this is something I've had a beef with Subaru doing forever now. Stop using accent colors that have nothing to do with the car.
Well, like orange.
Yeah, like, so the Crosstrek I had was white. So the orange stitching wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That weird, is that orange on the fucking Forester Sport? It's like a red orange.
It's like
if you're going by your Crayola crayons.
Like Go Mango-ish, kind of.
Kind of, but with like a reddish tint to it. Why? Like if I buy like a dark blue car, that looks like a barrel of smashed assholes.
Dark blue, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is, there's no options to be like, yeah, I don't want the orange trim on that.
Yeah. That's true.
Slathering plasma yellow on all the trim on the Crosstrek Sports.
Yeah, cut it out. That's too much.
See, here's the thing. I get some people like that color.
Yeah.
But it's a very divisive color. It's not a normal everyday color.
I like it. You hate it.
Yeah, it's not like cool gray khaki or cool khaki gray, whatever it's called. Which, by the way, either be gray or be blue. Pick one. My Outback is Twilight Blue Pearl, and I'm not a huge fan of it.
But it's a color. It's.
But it's like, pick one, dude.
Yeah.
I do like the pearl in the paint on my car. That's about it. But no, they use plasma yellow on the sport trim, and nothing is sporty about baby vomit yellow.
No.
There's nothing sporty about an infant's vomit. Okay? You do not get horsepower when a baby coughs up its food.
But what if it goes far? Like projectile, it could be sport.
Don't pull a muscle with all that stretching, okay? Anyways. But no, so the Outback Wilderness has, again, this weird yellowish orangish color everywhere. Like where the tow hook holes are and stuff like that. And it's like, I admire the effort. I get what they're trying to do. Yeah.
They're trying to...
If you think those fucking cars are touching dirt roads even...
Well, and that's a shame, too, because don't they have 10 inches of ground clearance or something?
Yeah.
Fucking A, that's more than, most SUVs and trucks and stuff.
Pardon the noise in the background. That's my dog, Willow. Hi, Willow. Go lay down, Willow.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The colors... and things and stuff.
Well, you're already trying hard for the outdoorsy look, which you shouldn't have to with that brand. That's literally what your brand is built on. Also, we are getting another wilderness model, and
Another what?
Probably it's either going to be the Forester or the Crosstrek. Those would be the only two that it makes sense on.
I hope it's the Crosstrek. The Forester's ugly as fuck.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I like Foresters.
I do too.
I genuinely like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this new one is like...
It's disgusting.
I don't know.
And they're doing the fucking lobster claw tail lights.
Yeah.
Like everybody else does. Stop the lobster claw tail lights.
Well, that was like the tail lights on the new Outback. They look like they're off a Chevy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. If I was going to rob anybody's styling cues...
They ain't going to be GM.
They ain't going to be GM.
No.
Steal their engines, not their style.
Yep.
But yeah, so back to the Integra.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wanted to talk about is, and I've brought this up before, this is a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
It has to be, because here's the thing. Acura doesn't make a bad car. My buddy Larry has one. I think he's got a TLX. Whatever the sportiest trim level that you can get of that car, he has.
A new one?
Newer. It's a couple years old.
So it's probably an A spec then?
Yeah, it's like, what's that, scorch red?
Yeah, it's a good color.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a gorgeous car, and he loves it. And, they don't make a bad product. They don't. I mean, look at all the freaking, what's that SUV they make? The RLX?
RDX, MDX.
Yeah. Look at all the MDXs that they've sold over the years.
And those are great. They're reliable. They're comfy.
Yeah. I mean, they're boring as fucking beige paint.
But you're not. It's an SUV. You're buying it to do stuff. And
take the kids to soccer practice.
And be comfy in it.
And then go to Fridays and yell at the wait staff because there's too many ice cubes in it.
Yeah. Please stop doing that.
So, no, I feel like this is a Hail Mary because the NSX bombed. Plain and simple, that car.
Well, it's too expensive.
And you're not getting a lot.
It's almost $200,000.
For a car that the Ford GT will blow the doors off of.
Yeah.
The Corvette.
I feel like it's unfair to compare anything to the Corvette because the Corvette has like supercar performance for like $10,000.
I know, dude. Like
it's fucked.
GM will literally fuck their entire product line, and then the Corvette comes out and it's like, oh, you know what I mean?
I can do a 10-second quarter mile. I cost $60,000.
No.
All right.
I don't know. With the way there are certain luxury brands that do well perennially. Audi, BMW, Mercedes is kind of shaky, actually. I've heard rumblings that they're like, they still sell cars, but their lineup's kind of They're not good looking right now.
No,
they're not good looking.
BMW
cars.
Isn't it either?
Oh, the nostrils.
My God, what happened? Who thought that was a good idea?
Oh man, I love how comically large they are on the X7.
Yeah, one of those SUVs. I think they're just playing into the memes now. They're like, all right, fuck it. Let's
everyone thinks they're funny. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's gotta be what they're doing.
But yeah, no. So with the NSX, I mean, again, not a bad car. Even I think Top Gear, or not Top Gear, the Grand Tour liked it.
James May loves it.
But
I love it too. I mean, I haven't driven one, but I love it.
They're not bad looking.
Yeah.
Acura's styling though, they've tried. The problem is they've tried that bird beak style for so long, and it never took off.
I don't like it much.
Yeah.
No. The new NSX Type S though, has fixed a lot of that.
Hot.
That looks very nice.
However, and a lot of their cars, they don't seem to fit into the automotive landscape. So when I was at a couple dealerships ago, we got an ILX traded in.
So a Civic.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I got in that to do the used car check. I put the seat all the way down, the seat bottom all the way down. I bonked my head off the frickin' headliner.
Yeah, they're very small.
Like,
it's a Civic.
And the other thing with the Integra is many moons ago.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah, stop it. Well, Acura was like, hey, listen, we don't really want that particular demographic buying our cars.
Yeah.
We want to go more upscale.
It's more of a Honda thing.
Yeah, we don't want the Honda customers. We want the Lexus customers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say Infinity customers, but they don't really have that many.
Lol.
But so for them to bring the Integra back makes no sense in that case either. And furthermore, none of their car names are words. They're all letters.
Yeah.
They're like Cadillac did for the longest time.
Yeah.
Cadillac can't figure out what to name their cars if it fucking beat them in the head.
My God. No.
You know?
But at the same time, when Acura switched to the RSX, that was the Integra in Japan. It was still called that.
Yeah. Well, that was the one they declared that they didn't want that demographic anymore, though, when the RSX was still out.
Well, that and the RSX was so close to the 8th gen Civic Si. It had the same motor, the same transmission, pretty much the same platform. Acura was like, this doesn't make any sense for us to be competing against ourselves with the same car.
It's like the old Buick bullshit in the 90s with the Skylark and the Riata.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you going to buy a Riata, which has all this weird tech in it, that tiny-ass TV screen, when you can buy a Skylark? I think the Skylark was cheaper at the time, too.
Mm-hmm. Same with the Civic was cheaper with the same performance.
Yeah.
Just didn't look as good, in my opinion. RSX is gorgeous.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. I have a lot of questions. And then, everyone, because the internet will forever be the internet.
Oh, yes.
Well, they're probably going to make it electric. They're not making it electric.
No, that's
First
not
off,
gonna happen.
they don't have enough of that technology in their Acura lineup to have it bleed down into a brand new car.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take a motor that's established. Honestly, I truly hope they do not put that fucking pile of shit, that 1.5 liter turbo Dreams.
No, it's going to be...
That Dreams power plant that's in the
Earth
Civic.
Dreams? No, it's not going to be that.
That fucking engine is garbage.
It's going to be either the exact power plant from a Type R or detuned slightly.
So...
You mark my words on that.
What's in the SI now?
It's a K20.
So maybe
Earth Dreams.
Oh, God.
Something.
Maybe an
or a K24. I don't know. Let me.
So here's what has to happen. Okay. It has to look good. If they can't even get it to look good out of the get, they're fucked.
Yeah.
If it's a 4-door, they're fucked.
Yeah. Although the DC2 came in as a 4-door as well, and it was decently.
But that's okay. I'm talking about the RSX, which was DC5. The DC5 was never available as a 4-door. Even in Japan, you could not get it.
No, it wasn't. No.
Yeah. So for them to bring it back, I don't feel the 4-door would work.
No.
And you like you were saying before we turned the microphones on, what was it? They might as well just call it a TLX coupe if they do that.
That's the thing, yeah.
The styling has to be enough that it makes it stand out and make, not just Honda fanboys, but car fanboys go, oh shit.
Yeah.
We care.
Yeah.
They need to get the power plant right.
So the Civic Si, the new one has the 1.5 direct injection turbo. But
so the Earth Dreams.
Yeah, well, they're all Earth Dreams now.
Oh.
But the Type R has the.
They're all Earth Dreams now.
The Type R has the 2-liter, so maybe it'll get a version of that engine. I hope so.
I feel like that would be the best bet. Just detune the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Or hot take.
Oh, don't do it.
Integra Type R.
Why not?
Oh.
Why the fuck not?
Oh, if you're bringing it back, just go all out with it.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
How much shit is sold based on nostalgia of our generation?
All of it. Literally all of it.
Just a reminder, I'm 36 and Adam is 29.
Yeah.
Yeah. So literally, him to me is the fucking demographic for the nostalgia of this car.
Yeah. We're
So
qualified at something for once.
yeah, right. They could do that. They very well could badge it. You know, make it cheap enough so that the fanboys can get the. It's like the Challenger 6-banger. Still a Challenger. You still get to drive around in a car
Still
that looks like a Challenger.
horsepower, yeah.
Well, I don't give a fuck about that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're driving around, or like all the old dudes are like, yeah, I finally got my Mustang, and it's it's an EcoBoost Mustang, which those things actually fuck.
They can, yeah.
I know one of the guys I work with, bless his heart, is so butthurt by the fact that the Ford GT, he still calls it the GT40, even though it's the Ford GT.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather have a big block. Would you? Would you really? Because the car is better without it. It's lighter.
Yeah.
It handles better. I mean, sure, modern performance V8s, and what I mean by performance V8s, because I mean all V8s technically perform, but performance V8s are your sports car V8s. That's your Coyote 5.
They're usually aluminum, so they're light.
Exactly. So you can still build a lightweight for that car, but that's not the point.
It's not a fucking iron block 351 from 1965.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'd rather have an old school big block. Nothing wrong with the old school.
Okay, so buy an old school car then.
As someone who's been elbow deep in a carbureted engine for the past 6 months, no.
Carburetors suck.
They do. They do.
They suck.
And, I get that some of the older stuff is better. Within reason.
Some of it is, yeah.
Within reason. Oh, you could fix this with a screwdriver and a such and such. Yeah, but fix it how well?
Yeah.
And are you actually fixing it or just getting it good enough to run?
Is it a Band-Aid or is it a fix?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, my Beetle is literally just a fucking... It's
a roll of medical gauze?
No, not even. It's fucking dental floss on a bullet wound. So next on the agenda... I get to be the fanboy.
Yeah.
Adam.
Are you going to talk about the thing?
Adam, I'm going to talk about the Countach.
Oh, okay.
They brought back the fucking Countach.
Yeah.
So, self-admittedly, I am not a huge modern Volkswagen guy, but, and for anyone who doesn't know, and I don't know how you couldn't know this at this point, Volkswagen owns Lambo, which is why the R8 is a discount Aventador. But
still gorgeous in its own right.
Oh, yeah, the R8's fantastic.
Oh.
But out of nowhere...
It's actually based on the Huracan, however you say it.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah, out of nowhere, was it like a week ago or so? Lambo teased the Countach. However, we're going to say Countach because...
It's Countach, that's how you say it.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, by the way. And everyone was like, what?
Well, I saw the picture. I'm like, that's a cute render. Nice. That's a very nice throwback.
Because that's what you run into on the internet.
And then they actually made the fucking thing.
The crazy sons of bitches, they did it.
I was like, no shit. That's awesome.
They were too busy thinking about whether or not they could.
And they did.
But you know what? That's okay. I love it.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm hyper biased, but they did a good job. They didn't overdo it. Yes, it doesn't have that fucking spoiler.
Yeah.
But fun fact, the spoiler on the old cars
did nothing.
Did nothing.
The engineers straight out said, yeah, the spoiler does nothing at all. It's just for looks.
James May even backs us up on that.
Yep. So you can Google that to your heart's content.
Or you can go fuck yourself. Whichever comes first.
Either one.
I feel like go Google that is like a really nerdy way, though, to say go fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? You can go Google that on your own time.
You know, instead of telling somebody to go fuck themselves, just send them the link to Google.
I've never done that before. I am like the biggest offender. All right, so next on my list, we're just going to go further, fanboy. The new Nissan Z, and they fucking knocked it out of the park.
I don't dislike anything about it.
Nope. Even the blue interior.
I don't care. It's perfect.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Twin turbo, stick shifts, so everyone can shut the fuck up about that. You know what's funny? I'm glad, and I think I said this last night when we were playing Forza. I'm glad the GTR never came in a stick because that's just not what that car is.
It's not what it's about.
That car is a technological masterpiece, and newer transmissions. It's all tech.
Yeah.
The Z, however, has never been that car that has really evolved with the latest and greatest tech.
The Z is about driving experience.
Yep. It's literally a bigger, more powerful Miata, because the Miata, even when the NCs came out, and I know the jokes about the NC being boats and shit, but my buddy Ryan had one and he said it was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But regardless, the focus has always been on driver experience. And, other than... Because the 280ZX, when that first came out, it was...
A long boy.
Well, the 280...
Especially in 2+2.
Yeah, but the regular 280Z, which stopped in 78... I know this because I had 3 of them. Mm-hmm. Those were the biggest of the original S30 chassis. And then the S130 came out, which is your 280ZX. Mm-hmm. They were a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, stuff like that. But you could still, the driving connection was still there. And it was the first one to come turbo.
Yeah.
And then the Z31s came out, and those were a little cushy, but it was also... Also the 80s.
It was a product of the time.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing blow and driving around Miami.
Yep.
So.
It looks like the fucking current BMW cars were from the 80s with all those
Jesus
nostrils.
Christ, yeah.
Whitney Houston sweating in the distance.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then you get to my favorite Z car, the Z32s.
Yes, which they were like, all right, let's tighten this fucking ship up a little bit.
Oh my God, I love those.
And then, the 350, when the 350Z came out, even now, the 350Z is not a bad car by any measure.
Nope.
It's not. Neither is the 370.
Please keep the goddamn mufflers on them, though.
Yeah, we don't like your butt trumpets.
No.
Nobody in the history of time has heard a straight piped fucking VQ and gone, haha, nice.
No.
But you could tell, though, as time dragged on, the Z got left behind.
Well, yeah, the 370 was introduced in 08, 09.
And again, even when the 370 came out, it wasn't the latest and greatest. It was
based on the 350.
It was the next best Z.
Yeah.
But was it the next best car in that segment?
No.
Not by any means. But man, they're fun. They're fucking fun to drive.
Yeah, I drove one the other day. It was amazing. I was surprised as hell. But the new Z...
Yeah. And they had, they had to make it manual. They had to.
Mm-hmm.
But you and I are going to argue on this particular point.
Okay.
So the next thing on my list is transmissions.
Uh-huh.
We're in a time and age where, the manual transmission is essentially a thing of the past.
Yeah.
And, there are cars that are CVT only and auto only, and it's like, I get it. Humans as a species have a subconscious need for control at all times. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless you're one of those who's into bondage. We don't kink shame here, but we get it.
Yeah.
But like, it's good to see that they pulled the trigger and took a chance, because you don't know how many stick shift cars you're going to sell these days.
Yeah, if any.
And the biggest thing on that, people on the internet will fucking rant. Oh, I can't believe it's not stick. This fucking generation. First off, Harold, stop posting the fucking meme. Oh, if we went back to cursive and stick shifts, we could cripple a generation. I can write in cursive. All right?
I can too. You're not going to read it, but I can do it.
Second off, you have to come into my dealership for me to set your clock. Learn how to set a clock on a modern car, then you can talk shit.
There's a thing called an owner's manual. It tells you how to do it.
Yeah. Well, back in my day, this isn't your day anymore.
Nope.
It's not even back in my day anymore.
No, it's yeah.
So at some point, we got to kind of accept that there's gonna be a day when the manual transmission fucks off.
Yep.
Think about motorsport. How many cars are actually stick shift in actual racing series?
Probably
F1 cars? Nope.
SCCA.
SCC.
NASCARs.
Are NASCAR stick shift?
Oh yeah.
What are they? 4 speeds, 5 speeds?
4-speed V8.
They got 4 on the floor.
Yeah. Even drag cars, they're power glides, 2 speeds usually.
The most successful drag cars in the world, the fastest ones, are not stick shift.
No.
They're not. It's not.
A human cannot physically shift that fast.
And the other thing is, too, is people always talk about power and power and power. What about efficiency? If you don't have a certain level of efficiency, you're not going to fucking win. That's it.
Yeah.
The reason why Travis Pastrana's car just fucking blew the doors off the record at Mount Washington last weekend is because it has 800 and something horsepower, and it's efficient with what it does with that 800 and something horsepower.
A sequential transmission.
Yeah. You know, I get it, man. CVTs in a lot of applications are garbage. When they brought the Mini Cooper back, I had the displeasure of driving one with a CVT in it. And I never thought BMW could fuck a fucking system up that bad. But they did. Yeah. That was one of the worst. Nissan, for the longest
My wife's
time.
Rogue has a CVT and it's fucking trash.
My Outback has a CVT. Honestly, I don't mind it, but that's because it's got the 2.5 in front of it.
Yeah.
The Crosstrek I had with the 2-liter, even with that CVT, man, that fucking thing couldn't get out of its own way.
Yeah, the 2.0 from Subaru is just not
the naturally aspirated one.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're at a point where it's kind of time to start going, all right, is it really that bad that we have seen? Because with CVTs, you get the paddle shifters, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're not bad. The shifts are never going to be F1 quick because they're never going to put that technology in a passenger car. But
and the CVTs don't have gears.
Yeah. And that was the other thing, too, is the CVTs came out and everyone's like, oh, snowmobile transmission. Okay. And?
Yeah.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Right.
So you must be one of those people who hates driving your snowmobile then. Well, no. All right, then.
Yeah. What are you getting at, then?
You know, I feel like people just like to bitch about technology because it's not the same. Like the whole electrification thing, which I think is something you wanted to talk about at some point. So the electrification of things, the biggest problem I have two main problems with it. As someone who loves the idea of it, I have 2 major problems with it. One, how they get the lithium.
Yeah.
And I know that that's a lazy argument to make, which is why I'm not making it like as a main argument. It's just the truth. Like, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, they're working on better ways to get it. And that's going to take time. Yeah. Like when cars first came out, it wasn't an instant fucking swing out of the park, you know?
No, it took 80 years to perfect, and it's still not even that.
But this whole fucking thing of, oh, we have to electrify now. There's got to be balance. There's got to be balance because you got to appease the motherfuckers who are going to fight you. There are some people who are going to fight you every step of the fucking way, no matter what you do.
My metal dinosaur box go boom, make noise.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
The idiots who still think that older cars are safer. Look at the fucking look at the fucking Department of Transportation video where they took a 50s Impala and they took a new Impala. Mm-hmm. The dude in the dummy in the old Impala took a steering column right through the fucking chest.
The dashboard was in the back seat.
Yeah. Older cars are not safer.
It's made of steel. Yeah.
Well,
fuck off.
This one time I sneezed on my car and it didn't crumple, so therefore that's better. Okay, Dave.
They're called crumple zones, asshole.
Yeah. Tell me you don't understand how kinetic energy fucking goes through a car on impact without telling me, you know?
Yeah.
But I get the pushback. We don't like change. Some of us are way more open to it than others. You know, there are things that you like that I'm like, meh. And there are other things that I've talked about that you're like, no fucking thank you. And I get that.
Yeah.
But there's no balance to the situation at all when it comes to electrification. Forcing us into it is not going to work.
Yeah, no, don't fucking do that.
Like, There are some hobbyists like myself. I would love to put an electric drivetrain in the Beetle because it's about as fucking reliable as that fucking hunk of shit's gonna get.
One moving part in an electric motor.
Yeah.
One.
You know, it's like having a computer. You got to deal with cooling and shit like that. But there's kits, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not my neighbor. My neighbor Jerry he hand built his fucking '54 Ford with the 427 Cobra Jet.
Mm-hmm.
He built that himself.
Yep.
And you can't sit there and pass all these fucking laws and this, that, and the other thing. Listen, I get it, man. I get why we're doing it.
They're trying to do, yeah.
Yeah. And I understand we got to do some stuff that differently because we're not doing it right. And I'm trying to dance around the actual name of the subject because I don't want to turn this into a political thing because you know people are going to hear it and be like, "Brr!"
Yeah.
So I'm dancing around it on purpose.
Yeah.
But there's better ways to introduce electrification into the automotive industry than just jamming it down our fucking throats. I mean, look how SUVs took off.
Mm.
You know, if you want people to buy electric cars, make them the better option.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I I bought my particular car with the set of options that it has because it had those options.
Mm-hmm.
Make it so it's a better car. Teslas are cool. They're also expensive as fuck. So that's not even an option for most people.
Right. Yeah.
Shit, used Model S's still go for 6 figures. The Model 3, the Model 3 and the Model Y are steps in the right direction.
You can get older Model S's for 30, 40 grand.
Really? They
Yeah.
gotta be high mileage though, I would think.
Yeah.
Because last time, again, this is last time I looked, which was, I think, like last year. At some point I was bored.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, 70, 80, 90, 100 grand for a used Model S, but they also had like no miles on them.
Right.
So when it comes to electrification, I feel like we got to do better. Make it you don't pick one food off the menu if you don't like it more than the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So give the general populace that, you know, doesn't really give a flying fuck about combustion engines or electrification, that they see their Toyota Camry as a Japanese dishwasher with wheels.
An appliance, yeah.
Give them a reason to give a fuck about it. Because as it stands right now, there is really no reason to give a shit about electric cars. Subaru's coming out with the Solterra next year, which is their first all-electric car. I'm intrigued because of the technology. I personally like technology. Adam, I'm pretty sure you don't give as much of a fuck about that car as I do.
No.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why would you? Is there an actual reason for you to?
No. I mean, I don't... Electric cars are cool. They got a long way to go, I think. And
that's the other thing, too, is stop acting like how they are now is the best they're going to be, because they're not. They need to get better. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I don't know. Just stop coming after the gas engine and internal combustion engine when you got industries and corporations that burn fossil fuels 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then you go, the car pollutes. No. Not half as bad as those fucking factories and industries and stuff like that. But eventually it's going to come down to most commuter cars or cars that people own are going to be electric. And the diehard gearheads like us, car guys, are going to be the only ones left fucking around with internal combustion engines.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me.
And that's the thing, is there's nothing wrong with that. To make it sound like there's this apocalyptic end game if we don't all switch to electric is ludicrous.
Yeah.
I like science. I follow the science. I agree with most of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not yours and mine's responsibility alone, so stop punishing us for shit other people are doing. But
I'm not out there rolling coal like a fucking smooth brain. Leave me alone.
Yeah, if you roll coal out of your diesel truck, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that you're a fucking moron.
Everybody's laughing at you.
I kind of want to touch on something that's going to make some of the S-chassis fanboys mad.
How their overpriced shit boxes are not worth $10,000? Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Not what I was aiming for. You're not wrong.
No.
By any means.
Ugh. God.
Why the 240 won't come back?
Ooh, yeah, let's hear it.
So, I wanted to talk about the BRZ, right?
Yeah.
And what better way? So, I'm pretty sure, Nissan, for some fucking reason, has always been, hey, look at all this cool shit we can build, like with the GTR and all that.
Yeah.
But also, they're like one of the most cash-strapped fucking automakers at any given time.
Yeah.
Even with their tie to Renault.
Yeah.
Nissan isn't great at giving the people what they want, other than this current Z. Apparently, they pulled their head out of their ass for.
Yeah.
Remember the IDX concept a couple years ago? The one that looked like a modern 510?
IDX, no.
Well, so basically they built this thing, and it looked like if the Datsun 510 had come out in like 20 whenever.
Oh, okay.
It was proper. It was small. It was a compact car, rear-wheel drive, yada, yada, yada. And everyone and their mom was like, yeah, you should build that. And Nissan was like, just kidding.
Sorry, can't be done. Here's a new Rogue.
Yeah. Nissan's also the same smart company that was like, oh, we sold a bazillion Jukes, so we're not making the Juke anymore.
Yeah,
here's the Kicks, and no, you can't get it with all-wheel drive.
Yeah, is it all-wheel drive? Ha! No.
But I think a lot of it has to do with the BRZ. So,
well, Subaru has that market right now. Subaru and Toyota.
Well, yes and no, because I owned, cards on the table, I owned a 2013 BRZ Premium. And I loved it. It's as close as you're going to get today as a modern 240. That's as close as you're going to get to one.
Yeah.
It's lightweight for a modern car. You can get it in stick shift. And that Lexus transmission it comes with, not a bad transmission at all. I had no qualms with it. The big argument. Anytime you bring up the BRZ ever. Oh, how come it's not this? How come it's not... Listen.
Not enough power.
I'll say this until I'm blue in the fucking face. It doesn't need a goddamn turbo.
No.
They did do the right thing, though, with this new generation. Because remember, I said for the longest time, it just needs displacement. It needs a small bump to give it some oomph. And that's it. And they're putting the 2.4 in it. And that's...
Oh, okay.
That's all it needed.
The Ascent motor?
Naturally aspirated.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I think, I don't have official word on this, I'm pretty sure the STI is getting some version of the Ascent motor just, bumped up.
Yeah.
Pump up the jam.
Well, is the Ascent motor an EJ? Or is it
No, it's an FA. There are no more EJs. EJ is dead.
Even in the STIs?
The new STI is not going to have any, as of... When are they teasing the new WRX for? 2022?
It looks like a Crosstrek.
Yeah. So the 2022 WRX is coming. All over your face.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, whether we want it or not, much like Bill Cosby, the new WRX is coming.
Yeah.
And as of the new STI, when the STI comes out after the WRX, there will be no more EJ motors. Done. They are dead.
Okay.
Godspeed. Rest in peace. Rest in Ringlands.
Yeah.
But the thing with, to go back to the BRZ FRS thing, is they didn't sell a shit ton of them. Yeah, there were FRSs everywhere for a while, but if you look even on Facebook Marketplace, there's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
And because, again, the internet likes to fucking take one small fucking problem and run with it like it's a goddamn mountain range. The Toyota and Subaru said, listen, we know you dickheads are going to fuck with this car.
Yeah. Granted,
nobody assumed it to be on the level of Ryan Turek with his fucking Ferrari-powered one, but I digress. Also, shout out to Ryan Turek.
Hi.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite fucking current professional drifter in Formula D. And he's a local boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because Ryan Turk's one of those dudes that I know so many people that know him, and I think I drove down a street by accident once. But anyways, they built it knowing that we, the fucking car folks, were gonna fuck with it. And if you ever actually take the time to drive one, they handle stupendously.
That's what I've heard.
But everyone gets it into their head, oh, well, I'm going to get in this car and it's going to be slow. So if you're already fucking thinking that, it ruins the experience.
Yep.
If you want horsepower, go buy a fucking Hellcat. Oh, the Hellcat's too heavy. Well,
then go buy a Camaro.
Oh, well, the Camaro's too ugly.
Then go buy a Mustang.
No, I don't want to drive a Ford.
Then fuck yourself. I don't know what to say.
Exactly. Like, I feel like the case with but you know how we talked about the BMW memes? I feel like the fucking BRZ FRS hate, or it's the GT86 now. Rest in peace, Scion. I feel like it's literally just because of the internet now.
Yeah.
Like everyone just regurgitates the same. Well, have you ever driven one? Well, no. Why would I? It's slow.
Then shut the fuck up. If you haven't driven it, shut up.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
I love Miatas, but I hate the BRZ because they're slow.
How can you
love
a Miata with 118 horsepower
on a good day,
and then go to the BRZ, which is literally the newer version of
the modern lightweight sports car that isn't a Miata
with 200 horsepower?
Yeah,
and be like, nope, this sucks. It's terrible. Like, that's a fucking contradiction.
And above that, the fucking aftermarket provides, dude.
There is not one part on that car that is not covered by the aftermarket.
Exactly.
And it's just...
Everything's been swapped into them, damn near.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. That's... Yeah.
Yep.
What else you got?
Let's consult my list. Okay.
Oh. Gangnam Style?
Styling of newer cars.
Yeah.
This
is touchy, man, because it's not very black or white. It's a huge gray area when it comes to styling.
I think most of them are not great. The new Z is perfect.
Yeah, they're not. By the way, if you're bitching about the nose on the new Z, but you like old Zs, get some glasses.
Yep.
It's literally just a couple extra sharp lines.
And then the rear end is literally a 300ZX Z32.
Yep. Now, I don't know what they did with that car, because remember I said I was unsure when I saw the concept. I was unsure about the rear end. I don't know what the fuck they did with it.
I think it's the grill, because they broke it up.
No, it was the rear end I was unsure about.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they did with it, but I'm here for it. But yeah. So unfortunately, we live in the land of the SUV. We live in the landscape of the SUV, more specifically. Mm-hmm. So they do look a lot alike. Like even my Outback, very anonymous looking car, which is fine because of how I like to drive on the highway. But I think a lot of it, Adam, is because, it's been well documented. The population of car people, like actual car enthusiasts, has dropped a significant amount. Yeah. People see them as just fucking dishwashers and refrigerators. It's an appliance with wheels to get your fucking god-awful crotch goblin from here to your soccer practice ex-husband that you hate, whatever. Yeah. It's from here to there. It's point A to point B.
Yep.
So you don't really give a flying fuck how the outside of it looks.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, Cadillac's current lineup is
atrocious.
Holy fuck, man! Like you could fall asleep looking at it.
Yeah. And Cadillac hasn't made anything exciting to me anyway, since the first gen CTSV.
Even the second gen CTSV with the wagon.
The wagon was sweet.
That was hot.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about a car that held its value? Whew.
Yeah.
Which is funny too, because GM realized at one point, hey, Buick and Cadillac, we literally just sell to old people, and our demographic is literally fucking dying.
Yep.
So, you know, they bumped up the styling a little bit. Hell, even the Escalade was cool looking for a while.
I love the first gen Escalade. Absolutely.
Is that the one with the Yukon nose? Yeah, first gen's got that Yukon nose.
Oh, sorry, I'm the second one
Yeah.
when they made the ESV.
Yep.
That one was sweet.
But they've dumbed it back down again. And it's like, well, what the fuck, man? Who do you think you're attracting with this?
Because everybody wants the same thing. They just want a car.
Yep. And car, as Clarkson would say.
Yep. And all the styling is the same. Sharp edges, big mouths, huge radiator grills, pointy headlights. Sell it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then you got shit that comes out of left field, like the hodgepodge that was the Juke that sold the bazillion.
Bug eyes and fucking insect face, you know.
Now, do you think the Juke sold a bazillion because it literally wasn't born? Like, whether it was ugly or not, you know, that could be debated till the fucking sun comes down. I personally am not a fan. But do you think because it didn't look like anything else, that's why it sold a shit ton?
I don't know. Yeah, I think that might be part of it. It was also all-wheel drive and a small SUV.
Yeah, and turbo.
So, I mean, that was probably a part of it as well.
Yeah, because if you think about it, when the Juke came out, that particular, like, you know, they call it the CUV, the compact utility vehicle market.
Yeah,
what's in?
Yeah, and shit.
What's in that? You had the Mazda CX-3, Subaru Crosstrek. I'm trying to think what else.
Juke.
Yeah, the Juke.
Now the Kicks.
Yeah, the Toyota CHR. Is it CHR?
CHR.
And then you had the Honda HRV.
Yeah.
But there wasn't really that much in there. And then, you know, the Juke looked like the Juke, and I think that's why it sold so much.
Yeah. And
it's just...
Yeah, it is a Toyota CHR.
Yeah. And then you get the other end of the spectrum. And yes, I'm going to shit on Infiniti again.
Mm-hmm.
You have the other end of the spectrum with the big-ass SUVs that are slowly dying. The Land Cruiser's not coming to the States.
No.
But...
The Land Cruiser's also $80,000.
Yeah. Well, what is it? The QX56? The Infiniti version of the Armada?
Fucking Armada, yeah.
Dude, what a hideous fucking car.
Bulbous piece of shit.
I feel like there is no in-between anymore.
To talk about that, my wife Stephanie brought home a Armada because back when she started, she would take cars, drive them around, get familiar with them.
Yeah. And you guys live like what? Not even 10 minutes from the dealership.
Yeah. She brought an Armada for me to check out, and it was the cheapest $50,000 vehicle I've ever seen in my life.
Was it a first-gen Armada?
No. No. It was a second gen.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's fucking sad.
You shut the door and it sounded like just a tin can.
Yep.
The doors on my Jetta are some more solid than that thing.
Yeah.
The hard plastic, creaky interior, and I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me at all.
I feel like a lot of manufacturers miss the mark on like quality of materials with the higher end stuff because they try to save money. Because here's the thing. You're not going to want to spend $70,000 on a Nissan.
No.
Because it's the name. Everyone gives a fuck about the name. Which sucks because you have fucking amazing vehicles made by Kia.
And Hyundai, Genesis, all them.
Everyone fucking shits on Kia and Hyundai, which, by the way, same company if you didn't fucking know that. Some people don't actually know that. And they also didn't know that Genesis became a brand.
Yep.
But people will they're made, you know, Hyundai, oh God. Listen.
That's because they're thinking of a 92 accent.
Or the fucking Tiburon.
Yeah.
Those things were junk. And I will die on that hill. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're not dealing with the original accent, the Hyundai Excel.
No.
The original Kia Optima with the fucking front wheel drive 5-cylinder that literally nobody knew about.
Yeah.
What else? Like you just had all these. I get it, man. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta fucking remember, times have changed. They have former designers from Audi working at fucking Hyundai now.
Yeah.
I will say this: I do like the styling in their lineup. There are some misses. There are some absolute fucking misses, but I think it's the new Santa Fe has like the shark tooth fucking taillights that look cool, and the grill that goes like.
Nah.
I'm making hand motions that you, the listener, obviously can't see.
I have no interest in the new SUVs at all from anyone.
I know, but at the same time, and I'm not calling you out, your Jetta's kind of fucking boring looking.
And that's fine. I'd rather have a boring, sedated looking car than something with shark fins and lobster claw taillights and a fucking huge gaping mouth. I love the look of my car. It's the classic German sedan shape. It's
but like there's no lines to it or anything. You know what I mean?
There's lines to it. You gotta look.
Oh my god.
On the this is yeah, it's a Jetta. Blah, whatever.
Well, no, it has nothing to do with the name or the nameplate on it. But I mean, you even look at like the Atlas or the Passat, which I have a long-standing beef with Passats because they've always been boring.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just this blob with German engineering stuffed inside.
Yeah.
But yet with the Audis, they add subtle lines that make them look more aggressive. So it's like, why can't that carry further down the model line?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
I feel like when it comes to styling, there is no middle ground. There is none. And it would be really nice if we could intersect somewhere on that and have a decent, because the fucking Camaro looks, I don't hate it like some people do, but I get why they don't like it.
Yeah.
Because
especially the new redesign, it's not that great.
It looks like they tried too hard because people bitched about how it looked, right? It looks like they tried too hard to fucking reach for this, that, and the other thing, threw it in a fucking crock pot and made jumbo.
Yeah. Not the best.
No. But then
Definitely not.
you have other cars like the Challenger, which they could literally make the Challenger how it looks now for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And nobody would be mad about that.
Yep.
I feel like the Mustang has gotten lucky because Mustang's not a bad looking car as it stands now. I mean, when they started doing that modern, more,
it took me a while to get used to it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like they got lucky with that because a lot of boomers in the Mustang market, kind of like the Corvette market, but Corvette owners always want the latest and greatest for their Corvette.
Yeah.
So when they shine up their New Balances, the sex offender 7s, when they shine up their New Balances, they can hop in that fancy Corvette that they don't know how half the shit fucking. How many new Corvette owners over the age of like 55, because that's their fucking market, know that their engine's in the back? I wonder.
Yeah, no kidding.
Though, to be fair, a lot of people our age probably don't even know that.
I wonder how many of them know that their car's made of fiberglass.
Can't tell them that.
And not metal.
Can't tell them that.
Detroit steel. It's always been fiberglass.
Yep.
Always has been.
Yep.
The meme, it's fiberglass, always has been.
But another thing to go kind of somewhere. Do you have what else you got on your list? Because I'm kind of at the bottom of mine.
Pricing.
Oof.
Cars are expensive.
Cars are very
Trucks
expensive.
are expensive.
Even the threatening GMT 800s.
Yeah. I was shopping for a while and I just gave up.
Yeah. Well, are you talking about the new car market or the used car market or both?
Both. The new, I like a Nissan Frontier. The new ones look amazing. They did a great job with the redesign and everything.
Didn't they just come out with a new Pathfinder too?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, go ahead.
The Frontier starts at $35,000.
And what do you get for that?
You get power windows, a sunroof,
AC, I assume, because everything comes with AC now.
yeah, and You get the class-leading 310 horsepower V6, four-wheel drive.
Is that the those aren't, they're not small trucks. Mid-sized truck, that's what I mean. Yep. Okay. So you're talking about like Tacomas.
Yeah, it competes with the Tacoma,
Colorado, and the Ranger.
Yep. And your choice of leather or cloth. 9-inch touchscreen. Heated steering wheel, I believe, is an option. Heated seats are standard.
Standard?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me.
And then that's all $35,000.
That's
for
not
a mid-sized truck.
That's not bad.
No, but then I don't know. Then you step up to a Titan, an SV middle of the road Titan. Those start at $40,000. $5,000 more, you get a full-size truck.
And that's what Ford ran into with the Rangers initially too.
Mm-hmm.
The pricing, you get into a decent Ranger, which I haven't worked for Ford in a couple of years now, so I don't really remember their trims and shit like that. But you fucking get into a decent Ranger, why not just buy an F-150 at that fucking point?
Mm-hmm. And I get it that not everybody wants a full-size truck, which is fair. Yeah.
Actually, let me just say this real quick. Not everybody, and I want everyone to hear this real fucking clear as I say it. Not everyone needs you and your buddy Dave, who own a fucking 2-foot aluminum boat. I don't even know if they make them in that size. That makes no sense. But your tiny ass dinghy.
That's fucking
fuck you.
It's at least 10.
So's your mom. Whatever.
Oh, that's good. I don't understand.
Listen, you and your buddy Dave and Carl and whoever else with your tiny fucking aluminum dinghy that doesn't even have a motor on it, you don't need a full-size truck for it.
Yeah.
My buddy at work has an old Frontier that he shoves his in the back of, giggity. And you don't need a fucking F-150 or any of this shit. You want one because it looks like you have money, when in reality you don't, because the bank takes it all for letting you borrow their truck.
Yep.
And rant.
And that's why I was looking at mid-size, because I don't own a farm. I'm not pulling equipment. I might someday want to get a boat or tow my project car around.
Let's face it, Adam, where you live, if you had a farm, it would be a meth farm.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, I don't know. That's why I was looking at mid-size trucks, because I can fit the family in it. I can put shit in the back.
Yep.
I fit in it.
Yep.
And it's not $60,000.
A lot of them too, and this should be said, a lot of them punch above their weight class.
Especially the new Frontier.
The Tacoma has always been a truck that has punched above its weight class. The shit. I had an old roommate named Mark. It makes it sound like he was old, but no, he was just a roommate from years back. He had a stick shift Tacoma. I forget what trim level it was, and I think that only had the 4-cylinder in it. I don't remember. Whatever. But the shit we towed with that, we towed my 240 on a full flat car trailer. We towed my second 280Z on the same trailer, and yeah, uphill it struggled, but whatever.
Yeah.
The Tacoma especially has always punched above its fucking weight class, and that's cool. But yeah, what they're asking for trucks nowadays, never mind brand new ones. Like, you make an excellent point with the Frontier. Dude, go look at a fucking used Tacoma of any fucking year ever.
And most of them have brand new frames.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
But they still got a bazillion miles on the drivetrain, you know?
Same thing with Wranglers. Wranglers are worth... I don't understand how your 15-year-old Wrangler with a rotten frame and 400,000 miles is worth $15,000. I will never understand it.
I'm going to say the thing.
I don't get it.
I'm going to say the thing.
Yeah?
It's a Jeep thing you wouldn't understand.
Ew. Yuck.
By the way, we here at the Adam and Joe discussion show have been doing a lot of science lately. And through vigorous testing.
We've been sciencing very hard.
And we've scienced the fuck out of this. We now realize what the Jeep thing is. We know, and we're gonna let you in on the secret.
I lived through the Jeep thing.
It's Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
That's it. It's Stockholm syndrome.
Yep.
So there you go. There's your science information for the day. Do with that what you will.
I'm getting flashbacks.
That explains the twitching.
Ugh.
But yeah, well, also the used car market has gone batshit since COVID because of the microchip shortage.
Yeah.
And
everybody's sitting around with these stimulus checks, and they're just like, I'll give you fucking over whatever. People are like, yeah, okay, sure. And then just driving up the price of everything else.
I saw someone list on Facebook Marketplace the other day. Long ass paragraph came with it. They were like, oh, I've driven this truck from Massachusetts to California and back, and I've driven it to Florida, from Massachusetts to Florida and back once or twice already. It's got, I think it had like 30,000 miles on it already. It was a 2021 Ram 2500 diesel.
Oh, okay.
You know what the price was?
I don't know, 80 grand.
110,000 fucking fuck off, dude. Like, no.
Was it a special trim or something?
No. I think it was black. I don't know. Is that special on Dodge trucks?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
It's just N color.
Yep.
2500 Cummins.
Yep.
110.
Yep.
Wow, that's sick. Good job, buddy.
I just don't.
Well, it's like 240 people.
Oh my god, dude!
I love 240s. They're awesome. I would love to have one someday.
Yep.
But your S13 with 4 different colored body panels, a hole in the floor, no rockers left, and a hole in the frame rail with no motor is not worth $10,000 fucking dollars. It just isn't.
Even fully assembled, it's not.
No. They were what were they brand new? Probably 10, 15,000?
Something like that. My favorite, and I actually just saw this on TikTok, and there's everything I could do not to fucking comment. It was the particular car on TikTok was actually a Z32 that had been, so it had been RB26 swapped. Clean, right? Mm-hmm. Sitting on fucking knockoffs wheels. Now I know for some people that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of the thing with that.
Which is fine, and I get it. And I like the wheels that are on my 240. I have 16-inch rotor slipstreams, which are knockoffs of Rigamasters, I think.
Desmond Rigamasters.
Yes, beautiful JDM wheel.
Yep.
But anyways, how are you gonna ask 25 grand when you have low quality wheels on it? You know what I mean? I feel like when I'm paying over X amount of thousands of dollars for a vehicle, whether it be, and I'm talking like a fun vehicle. So I don't mean like a Camry. I mean like a 240 or something like that. And you're going to list off all these mods, you know, the RB26 swap on its own, you know, that's worth the money.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to fucking pay that if it's not, I'm not paying 25 grand for a car that's not the complete package with proper, what I consider proper parts, you know?
Yeah.
Like you have these fucking kids who they'll put a KA turbo in it. By the way, I'm so sick of fucking hearing, oh, KA turbos are the best because, you know, once you build them, first off, if your fucking justification for a fucking engine being good is once you throw fucking aftermarket parts inside of it, your argument is fucking null, bro.
Yep.
Oh, well, the SR20 this. That's fine. You don't need to build an SR20 for it to be turbo. It is.
Yep.
But anyways, I digress. That'll be in our car scene one, I think. That one's going to be fun.
Yes, it is.
But if you're going to build the car and then cheap out on this and that and then still ask for a price of a car that would have those things, nope. I'm not paying 25 grand just because your car's fucking swapped. That's it.
Yeah.
If you want to put some fucking like decent JDM wheels on it, or even like I know a lot of people go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for the old school, you know, Workmeisters, Work Equips, and shit like that. Like, you know, old school JDM.
VSXX.
Yes. Even if you put brand spanking new ones on it, you know, that aren't old school or whatever, that's fine. But don't fucking hit me with a $25,000 price tag and then have fucking rotas on it.
Yeah.
Or even worse. Like, I know it's like comparing fucking liquid shit to fucking solid poop, but, you know, or my Forester had drag D2s on it because I got them for $250. I needed bigger, wider tires, and I needed a wider wheel to put them on, and that's just what kind of fell in my lap. But I also didn't turn around and sell that fucking car for thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
I traded it on my BRZ actually, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if I had built that Forester, which, you know, I had all the suspension done, and I had, you know, put a proper turbo on it and all this other shit, and then I come to you, I want 25 grand for this Forester. By the way, ignore the fucking, you know, Korean wheels on it.
Yeah, that's funny. Goodbye.
You're not going to give me that money. And people are, oh, what does it matter whether it's on reps? Well, for the average person, most of the time it doesn't.
Yeah.
And if I'm not spending a shit ton of money on the car, like for what I paid for my 240, the wheels weren't even, I was happy it was on wheels. You know what I'm saying? But you get and then you got people, you know, selling STIs. Oh, I have all this money into it, so I want 35 grand. XXRs or some fucking Instagram wheel company that nobody's heard of.
Yeah.
You know, like, no.
Yeah.
No. Anyways, we got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right, then.
Yeah, that about covers it.
Who knows? Maybe by the next time we do a car episode, Acura will have actually, like, released something.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, though, that they, like, didn't... Like, they released it, let it sit for a week, and there's no renders or anything. Like, give us something.
Yeah. I'm sure they're working on something.
As long as they don't do what Toyota did with the Supra and take how many years?
Ugh, too many.
Also, quit
5.
bitching about the fucking Supra having BMW underpinnings. It's a fucking great car. You just can't afford one. And if you can't afford one, cool. Stop bitching either way.
Yeah.
It's been out for a couple years now. It's fucking old, bro. It's an old joke. It outperforms the Mark IV. Get over it. The engine that's in it, I know people like to shit on German engines for overcomplication, but yeah, the engine in that car is fucking stout. So, oh, it's not stick shift. Yeah, it's 2021. Your point?
Yeah.
It's not stick shift is not a fucking valid argument to call a car garbage anymore. I'm fucking declaring that. And you can fight me. I don't give a fuck. Not you specifically, because that'd be awkward. But I'm just, you know, I'm over it. It's 2021. Things ain't what they were. There's a lot of cool shit coming down the pipeline, and we should appreciate that we're getting fucking any of it. Yeah. With how quickly people are trying to do away with the internal combustion engine.
That's true.
You know? But on the other hand, how about that Rimac? 8 seconds in the fucking quarter mile.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. Hell yeah.
But, all right, that'll do it for us, kids. Thanks for tuning into our, what was going to be a nice talk about cars, ended up turning into an industry rant. All right, Adam, take us out of here.
All right, goodbye.